see here. Yep, we early. Yes, we up early. Y'all get on up in here. Let's see. Let me swap. And let's go here. Good morning, Faith. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope that the people are notified. Uh-oh. Wait. Let me make sure I spell this right now, yeah. All right. We'll send this to everybody. All right, y'all. I got some things that I want to discuss, honey. Okay. I got some things I want to discuss. These Texas Democrats. These Texas Democrats. Let's talk about it, honey. The Texas Democrats now want to step foot back into Texas. Okay. All right. Good morning, Faith. Good morning to everybody who is listening. If you could do me a huge favor and make sure that you hit that like button, it is greatly appreciated. Listen, I want you guys to be in the know of all of the things that are going on. And so we are here to talk about those things. So, first, I do want to talk about the Smithsonian and kind of what's taking place because I don't really think people know. Okay. So, in March of 2025, okay, Trump signed an executive order, which was its executive order restoring truth and sanity to American history. Okay, mandating a review of how the Smithsonian portrays the American history, including removing what he deems improper ideology. Now we are talking about Trump removing things that are improper ideology, not based on our ancestors or based on the history of the Smithsonian itself, but based on what he feels like. Did you hear that? Based on what he feels like, not based on anything else, based on what he feels like. Now, um, of course, y'all know even in the White House currently right now, he is removing pictures and photos of black. He removed of Barack Obama. He removed the statue um what's my guy's name? Um the statue of Martin Luther King. He is consistently always doing something. Now in mid-August, the White House formally initiated, okay, and uh um international review of the Smithsonian exhibits, directing museums to remove divisive narratives and empathize unity, progress. We don't believe anything when it comes to him. Now, ahead of the 250th anniversary in 2026, okay, a new exhibit called Change Your Game, centered on transgender swimmer Leah Thomas, sparked debates over transgender athletes and fairness in sports. Following backlash, Trump ordered a comprehensive Smithsonian review in part because of such controversies. So again, he gets to remove anything that he deems as improper ideology. Okay. He get to remove anything that in his eyes is improper ideology. Okay. If you guys are here, it's only four people watching me. Can y'all speak to me? Hey, good morning. Y'all can speak. I ain't gonna bite you. It's consistent for people. Maybe y'all got one eye closed and you can't really type. Let's talk about the federal takeover over in DC of the policing. Okay. So on August the 11th, Trump invoked Section 740 of DC Home Rule Act to declare a crime emergency that took control over DC's Metropolitan Police Department. Now, what we're trying to figure out is we have heard all kinds of reports about how DC is at its safest point right now. Okay. Now, deploying 800 National Guard troops and federal government agents from ICE to DEA, FBI, ATF, and so much more. Now, the National Guard is limited, so they can support crowd control. Girl, that's a bunch of bull crap. Because again, if all of these things that you're saying that is happening hasn't happened, what are you talking about? Then Pam Bondi with her girl, whatever, was appointed to lead on the federal enforcement in DC. Okay. And the DEA chief Terry Cole was named the emergency police commissioner, which overrode the local police chief on paper. But here's what they did decide to do. Hold on one second. Uh, uh, okay. Give me one second. I got something else I want to read. All right. Now on Friday, August the 15th of 2025, DC Attorney General Brian Schwab filed a lawsuit in federal court aiming to block President Donald Trump's attempt to take control of Washington, D.C.'s Metropolitan Police Department. Okay. The legal action names Trump, Attorney General Pam Bondi, DEA Administrator Terry Cole, and other defendants as well in the lawsuit. The lawsuit urges that Trump's appointment of DEA head Terry Cole as an emergency police commissioner oversteps the president's authority and undermines the DC self governance under the 1973 Home Rule Act. Okay, in an emergency court hearing, the U.S. District Judge Anna Reyes expressed uh, being skeptical over the legal justification for the federal control. She questioned how the president could supersede the directives of the city's police department, asking, "You police department can't do anything unless I say you can." That's crazy, right? Now, following the lawsuit, amid the judicial pushback, a judge mandated agreement was reached. Under this deal, Police Chief Pamela Smith remains in command of the Metropolitan Police Department, while Terry Cole will serve in a more limited designee capacity, coordinating federal immigration enforcement with the city rather than leading the department outright. Okay. And then the federal retreat with strings attached, while the federal takeover effort, okay, recedes the administration still directing the DC police to cooperate with immigration enforcement. So basically, what they're saying is, let's just say, because we seen some of the videos, let's just say you outside in your house and one of these agents decide to pull up. If they decide to pull up on you, and let's just say they run you and realize that you are no longer, or that you aren't a legal citizen here, and you can still be a legal citizen, I don't care what you say, they still gonna call ICE to have ICE come pick you up. Hmm. Yeah, 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 baby, that is crazy. Okay. um Now, the home rule tensions says that the lawsuit spotlights a rare and historic confrontation over DC's autonomy, calling into question how far the president can go under a federal statute meant for emergencies only. Under the Home Rule Act, a presidential takeover of DC's police is limited to 30 days unless extended by Congress. We already know Congress is in the back pocket of him, so which seems unlikely given the current political landscape. Exactly. The case serves uh as potential to further the federal interventions in local governance, especially in cities with divergent little political guidance and leadership. Now, if Trump had pushed for continuous emergency declarations, legal experts suggest that it will face serious judicial sanctions. So, again, in this, they're basically saying that what he's doing right now should only be done in matters of emergencies. But unfortunately, it is Donald Trump, and he does whatever he wants to do. I hope you guys can hear me because ain't nobody said nothing about hearing me. No, nothing. Folks want to listen and sit in the bushes, girl. Let me make sure. In the bushes, girl. Okay, y'all can hear me. So I wanted to talk about that. And now let's talk about these Texas Democrats, honey. These Texas Democrats. Oh, wait, before I jump to that, let's talk about the arrest of the black men that have been put on the White House's Twitter page. Um, so what I had noticed, mm, mm, mm. A lot of these people were caught up. It was a lot of young black men who were posted on the White House page about some of the things that they have been arrested for. Some people have been arrested for. Some people. Some people were. Mm, some people were arrested for possession with intent to distribute, or that's what this is what they got charged for. Let me put it that way. They got uh, arrested for attempting to sell drugs or marijuana. There was a couple of them who had pow charges for not actually being licensed or registered to carry a pow. I did see one of them wasn't supposed to be driving a vehicle that he had, and for the most part, I think that's it. But to me, it's just it is crazy to me how all of these things are happening, and I literally told you guys it was only a matter of time. So the legal play out is that the DC takeover is only supposed to happen in emergencies under the Home Rule Act, but unfortunately, again, um they're saying that it's supposed to be limited to 30 days, but because of where we are with Congress, I just truly believe that it ain't gonna be no 30-day thing. It's gonna be a thing that's gonna forever keep going. Hey, Mama Bees, good morning to Harry. Good morning, good morning. Y'all know I like y'all seeing y'all drop in here. Y'all know I like seeing y'all drop in here. Okay, let me see. And I'm not gonna make this long, but I did want to discuss some of these things, and especially discuss the Smithsonian and what the plans are for the Smithsonian, what that executive order did, and what it's going to continue to do. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. You wait a minute. Grand Rising in the bushes serving the capital area food bank. I know that's right. One thing Mama Bees is gonna do is get back to the community, and I love to see it. Okay, here we go. So, in case if y'all don't know, Trump, Trumpisha, went around there to go see Putin. So let's get into this really quick. U.S. President Donald Trump and his Russian counterpart Putin have left Alaska without reaching an agreement on a ceasefire in Ukraine. Girl, after an almost 3-hour meeting, the leaders delivered a joint statement to the media before leaving without taking questions. Three BBC correspondents who are Anchorage for the summit as for the summit assess what it means for the U.S. and Russian leaders as well, and what is to happen next in the war in Ukraine. There is no deal until there is a deal, Donald Trump said earlier in his post summit remarks. It was a roundabout way of saying again that after several hours they have not reached a deal, no ceasefire, nothing tangible to report. The president said that he and Putin made some very great progress, but with little details about what that might be. Now we always know that when Trump he should get around somebody, he says somebody very great progress and stuff. We know he lying. All this man do when he open his mouth is lie. The president said that I already read that piece. We didn't get there, he said later before exiting the room without taking any questions from hundreds of people gathered and the reporters gathered. Trump traveled a long way only to produce such vague statements, even in its America's European allies and Ukrainians officials may be relieved that he did not offer any information. I don't necessarily know that. So anyway, y'all, they didn't reach no type of deal. And we don't really got nothing to go based off of because now all of a sudden he don't want to talk with this lying ass. All right, moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on. Girl, we already know what your intentions are. We know exactly what you're trying to do. And I think I'm going to upload a video on RFK because I am sick of him. I am sick of RFK just like I'm sick of Trumpisha. But let me get into this real quick. So the reinstatement of the panel comes after the children's I'll skip the whole little piece. Okay. The US Health Agency is reviving a task force on childhood vaccine safety after pressure from anti-vaccine activists to reestablish the panel. In a statement, Health and Human Services, HHS, said that it was reinstating the task force on safer childhood vaccines, which was disbanded in 1998 to improve the safety, quality, and oversight of vaccines administered to American children. The task force will provide recommendations on childhood vaccines that results in fewer and less serious adverse reactions from those vaccines currently on the market, the agency said. In its latest move from the health secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to scrutinize the U.S. childhood vaccine schedule. The reinstatement of the panel comes after the Children's Health Defense, an anti-vaccine group that Kennedy founded a lawsuit against his administration in May for failing to reestablish the task force. The leader of the Children's Health Defense, which has spread misinformation about vaccines, looted the news of the panel. It took nearly 50 years for HHS to do this, but at its last, but wait a minute. But at last, the secretary is following the law on this critical issue. Okay, the task force on safer childhood vaccines was created in 1986 through the National Childhood Vaccine Inquiry Act to provide compensation to children who had adverse reactions to certain vaccines. The task force will include members of the National Institutes of Health, the Food and Drug Administration, and the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, HHS said. Since taking office, Kennedy has made a number of changes to the agency's vaccine policies. In June, he removed all members of a federal committee of independent experts who made recommendations to the CDC on who receives vaccines and when. He replaced the panel with new members, many of whom are who are, pretty much about vaccines, and then some have been skeptical about vaccines such as the COVID-19 vaccine. Soon after his new panel convened, they announced that they would review the health effects of the childhood vaccine schedule. And in May, Kennedy also removed the CDC's recommendation of COVID-19 vaccines for pregnant women and healthy children. Child, child, I cannot. So let me also tell y'all this, in case if y'all did not know this. There are about 80% of newborn babies who are diagnosed with RSV, right? And y'all know that's an upper respiratory virus, right? 80% of babies, newborn babies, end up with RSV. This man wants to dismantle the testing of the RSV virus. Like, I I cannot. This is just absolutely ridiculous. And this is why I told y'all, when it comes to RFK, I just cannot. I cannot. I cannot. In my opinion, the vaccines definitely don't need to be taken away from the children, because there are a lot of things that it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Good morning, Dee Dee. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Alabama girl. Good morning, y'all. I didn't even see y'all come up in here. I just knew we hadn't had no political talk in a minute, and so I said, let's do a political talk, okay? Now they are also saying that they do see a sign of measles coming back. Um, I know a lot of people, a lot of adults are not vaccinated like they should be, and with everything going on, girl, I don't know that. Child, it's crazy. Okay, so what else did I want to talk about? Oh, let's talk about these Texas Democrats, honey. Let's talk about these Texas Democrats. So there have been some people eating up these Texas Democrats, but I'm gonna read you guys this because President Obama pretty much praises the Texas Democrats and fights as they signal return to the states. So they are going to return to the states. If they haven't already, they may have already done it already, and I just haven't seen it yet. But they did say that they are planning on returning to the states. I don't necessarily. I see a lot of people like going off on Texas Democrats for returning back to the states, but they got to return at some point, y'all. Like, I don't think it changes what their stance is, because I haven't seen anyone back down from their stance on it. But they do have to return at some point, you know. Um, I just think all of it is crazy. So let's get into this really quick. And this is gonna be my last story. Hey Jasmine, good morning. Texas House Democrats who fled the state to stall a Republican distracting plan have signaled that they're ready to return to the Lone Star State in the coming days. The Texas State Legislative wrapped up its first special session on Friday. One of the conditions the Democrats gave for ending their quorum break, Texas Governor Greg Abbott Hot Wheels, aka Hot Wheels, aka Dum Dum, aka Stupid, like aka all of the things, quickly called a second special session with Democrats. Anticipated return set to clear the way for the Texas House to move forward with its aggressive gerrymander with an aggressive gerrymander that could net 5 more House seats for the GOP in the midterms. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. And we keep saying this thing of the Democrats are punks because they don't stand up for much. And I can truly say that in the past I have sat on the end of my seat and I'm like, you Democrats have really, y'all have really just done it for me. But I think in a situation like this, come on back and keep on fighting. Keep on fighting. Okay, keep on fighting. And shout out to Jasmine Crockett. Okay, I want to say shout out to Jasmine Crockett. Mama Bees, I did get your video last night. I was I was hoping that I could go from my computer, but my computer is updating right now. Um, but had I been able to go live from my computer, I would have showed that video. So I am gonna show that video probably either later on today or tomorrow. I may even do an upload on it. But I thought that that was so interesting because um she was absolutely right. You are part of the problem when you come in here and you're talking about things that are irrelevant to what we're discussing right now. You are part of the problem, and I absolutely agree with her. There are so many people who are part of the problem that don't realize that they are part of the problem. Yeah, you're part of the problem. Okay. So that's really all I had for right now. Okay. Um, about the Texas Democrats, us talking about RFK. I wanted to talk about what's going on with the Smithsonian, and I wanted to talk about what is going on over in DC as well, because it's all insane. Okay. Now, for your more detailed breakdown of political talk, I want you to subscribe to me and also subscribe to El Teddy. El Teddy 27, that is, because El Teddy is going to give you some good content all week long in regards to, anything you need to know, because we all need to be in the know. We all need to know what's going on. And listen, yesterday was a great debate. I enjoyed listening to him and Jeremy and Terrence and um, Little Baby. I enjoyed listening to them break all these things down yesterday. So if you guys haven't even seen that video, it is El Teddy's most recent video from yesterday, Friday, and it is probably about the last 30 minutes of the live that they had these conversations. And listen, I love sitting down and listening to people go back and forth about politics. It just does something to me. It makes me so excited. It makes my tingle tangles. Okay. All right, for those of you who are over here on this platform, if you guys don't know, I have dropped a new olive oil, and I did wake up this morning to I woke up to several orders. We are 90% sold out of our olive oils for this particular batch. Y'all, by today, I'm sure we're going to be sold out. And I can't wait to make that announcement. We are sold out. My mind is made up. Hey, no room, no vacancies. I'm all filled up. Okay, listen. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm a little jealous this weekend because all of my friends and stuff is all the way down to Nashville enjoying the Stella Awards. Which is okay. It's okay. It's okay because again, I am on. I got a lot going on over here, so I totally get it. And we getting ready to go on tour, so it would make sense for me to travel there and spend unnecessary money. So shout out to everybody who is down to the awards. Okay. Hey Ray Mail, good morning. Yes, Chef, get it. Listen, I am so overjoyed just with the amount of love that I've had over the last couple of days. Like, people have come to me with certain stuff, and I'm like, baby, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me right now. I am on a high. I'm on a high. I'm gonna tell you why I'm really on a high. I'm on a high with the people who have supported me. I appreciate everybody outside of content creators who have supported me, but having content creators support me feels really, really dope. And not only are they getting the word out, but they're also putting in their orders as well. And so it just really makes me feel good. And so I just want to say thank you to everybody. for getting your oils. Again, remember that your order is processed on the 11th of September, and they will go out from there, and you'll get all of your shipping information from there. And then we won't have a new batch until October, right before we go on tour. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, listen, I hope that you guys have a beautiful Saturday. Yeah, I don't know if I made that word up. I used to hear the old people saying it. I used to hear the old people saying beautimus. What is beautimus? Beautimus. But I really do pray that you have a beautiful Saturday. Okay, get out, do your little something. Get out right now before it get too hot. All right. We got Mama Bees out there serving the community. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for it. And so, yeah, I hope that you guys have a great day. Keep these things in mind, keep these things in the back of your mind, um, that we need to pray a hedge of protection over everybody. Everybody, before you leave your home, you need to pray a hedge of protection over yourself, over your children, over your family, over your loved ones, because we are living in those times. Okay. And I'm praying a hedge of protection around you guys. All right. All right, y'all. Have a good Saturday, and I will be sure to talk to you guys later. Bye for now.